Hey everybody, I'm back to get into this latest episode of Ready to Love, Make a Move. Season 1, episode 5. Before we get into that, you know what to do. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let's talk about this thing over here. Show resumes with Ashley having this conversation with Kirsten. She's leaning in, she's telling him how, she was unsure if he was there to date everyone or if his focus was just going to be on her. She said at this point, she's very confident that, that's not a concern of hers anymore. Kirsten's sitting here waiting on her to give him the axe. And so he's completely shocked when she says she wants to keep him around. And, then she leans in and grabs this man by the back of his head. And she leans in, grabs him by the back of his head. This is not any of his action. This is all Ashley, because this is what Ashley do. She could defend herself all day long, but she got all up in his face like she was getting ready, like put her mouth on his mouth, and then she backed off. And I feel like he was hesitant. It was weird. It was like he paused and he was unsure. And so when he gave her that unsure energy, then she backed off a little bit and acted like, it was, all a game. And then he kissed her on the cheek. I don't know what he did to change her mind. I don't know, like, how she went from 100 back on down to I'm not concerned about that anymore. I actually be acting real insecure. And I'm not sure what that's about. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's going on these interviews. And, the ladies were over there on IG Live, spilling tea the other day. But she stands in everything that she does. So everything that we see her doing, that we criticize her on, she stands in it. So, it's surprising that she's so insecure. At least she's coming across that way. But, hey, we all got our issues, I suppose. Charisse and Maurice are sitting out front. They're in the rocking chair. She's explaining to him, like, how she's been feeling about the journey. Maurice sitting over there cocky as hell, rocking back and forth in that chair like he got it. He just waiting on her to say, I'm ready to move along with you. But surprise, bruh. She said that ain't what she want. I don't know what he's so cocky for. I suppose somebody find this man attractive. I find him rather goofy. Um, I think that he lacks the charisma that I would want in my attorney. Like, even at hiring this dude, he seems very much like, in La La Land somewhere. So I don't know. I don't know what conversation they was having. It wasn't a whole lot of conversation, because she said she wants somebody, how does she put it? I want somebody that's gonna make her feel good and not just flatter her. I don't know what that means, girl. But anyway, she just, it's time for him to go. He walked off like he don't know why, what her problem is, and what, he thought they were communicating effectively, but at the end of the day, she gonna be missing him. That's what he said. So good luck, girl. You gonna miss me anyway. That daggone Maurice. The next day they get up and they're having breakfast. Ashley, no, they're not having breakfast. It's weird because they just threw us off into the next day with Ashley in the kitchen. I'm guessing it's actually more later in the day because Ashley is cooking this crab boil and she got all the pots going on. Yeah, so she in the kitchen throwing down and they are ready to partake in it all. Cherie said that Maurice is still calling her since he got the boot, and then he wants what she say? He want to show her around town. Y'all just now getting to that? Show you around town? What y'all been doing? Because according to the ladies, according to the ladies, there are no rules. They could do whatever they want to do. They can see these people outside of, the confines of the show. There is no rules. So if you have somebody that you feeling, it's okay, to hang out with them. Zadia was hanging out with Cameron. According to Vernisha, she was hanging out with your boy Jabari. And so I was saying like Jabari wasn't showing me a whole lot because they keep on going on these dates where they just drinking alcohol. So according to her, that's not the case, that there was a lot more to it. So, that's why we see the connection with Jabari and Vernisha, because they're actually spending time, and Cameron and Zadia, they're actually spending time outside of the one date that they're getting on the show. Ashley says she's still talking to Don every day and every night. Every day and every night seems like a lot of energy to be putting into somebody that you gave the boot to. So she said they're going to work on their friendship. I suppose, girl. Anyway, so Tamika has invited friends from the Ready to Love season. They got somebody, each of the people got somebody from their season to come help them through this evaluation process. They get to meet the keepers, the people that, that these ladies have decided to keep around. Camille comes for Zadia. Child, I knew Camille was going to be the friend, and that's unfortunate. Liz came for Venetia. That doesn't surprise me either. Liz is a very genuine, good energy type individual, and so is Venetia. So it doesn't surprise me that they connected. And LJ came for Charisse. I like LJ. Charisse don't really get along with the girls too much, so I'm not surprised that LJ is her friend. Also, her and LJ never like connected on a romantic level, so she has somebody there that can actually give her a man's perspective, a man that she hasn't had any type of intimate connection with. And Ashley's person was Stormy from her season. First meetup, the first little friend meetup, Camille meets Cameron, and Sadia says she hoped that Camille ain't too much, because she is too much, and she gonna be too much. But you sicked her on this dude, so like if you didn't want somebody who's gonna be too damn much, I guess that Camille wouldn't have been your person. But her and Camille are friends for real. So if that's the case, because she said, what did she say? Camille says she's the little sister she never wanted. As much as I think Camille is knowing, if they're real friends, then that would be the person that you would want to come help you through the process. Cameron is, being his cute, polite self. He sits down, and of course, Camille is not going to be open to much because she just ain't an open kind of person. But he sat down. He was very polite. He said the coffee smelled good, so then they shared the coffee. Well, they didn't share. He took a sip out of her coffee. And right away, Camille's like, oh, well, you've already kissed. Well, y'all have shared something. You're over here sharing coffee. She been dating this dude, like going on dates with this dude. Yes, they kissed. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they kissed the first night when she watched the sunset come up. I'm not saying she smashed this man, but she definitely kissed him. Anyway, they have a vibe. And if it's nothing more than a vibe, it's still a vibe. So, why are you calling me out, friend? Camille's sitting up there with a whole notebook. Like she's got, I don't know, she said 14 pages of notes of questions. That's a lot. Cameron is a doctor. He's a pharmacist. So she says that means you don't have a lot of time. He's got his photography business and his, he's a pharmacist. And he said his plan is to invest in businesses that are going to, make money for him so that it can free up his time. He said in a year, I don't know, a year seems like not very much time unless these businesses are already like actively working, but at least he has a plan. I want to say that Zadia is also very busy. So when you have two, they're young, they're in their 30s and they're, getting started in their careers for the most part, or established in their careers anyway. So they're both going to be busy. And when you have that situation, they're going to have to figure out how to make time for each other. But you make time for what you want, you figure it out. Camille asked him about relocating to DC. And Cameron said he spent some time in Omaha and he has no interest in living anywhere where there's snow. I understand that. And Zadia is pretty much like the Louisiana weather don't, really fit with her either. She likes that, it's a little too hot for her in the South, I guess, girl. But ain't nobody trying to move up north. If you ask, some people, listen, I've been living here for a long time. Ain't nothing you could do to convince me to leave the South to go live somewhere where it snows. Not going to happen. I'm good on that. And I understand where he's coming from with that. Y'all knew that the preface of the show was to relocate, ready to move, ready to love, make a move. I'm just saying, y'all sit up here, keep acting like Tamika didn't say that in the very beginning. She said you were supposed to come here and see if this worth it for you if you find love here to relocate from where you at. Because what is Zadia talking about? It's pissed and poo-poo in the dating pool in Washington, D.C. So, stay up there with the poo-poo or come on down here in the South. I mean, I feel like Camille just don't want her friend going nowhere because I feel like Camille probably don't have a lot of friends. And if Zadia leaves, well, then her friend group probably just that's it. Because Camille is a whole lot of energy. She doesn't believe, she meaning Camille, doesn't believe that Dr. Cameron is going to be able to cater to Zadia in the way she requires to be catered to. But man, can't nobody be wealthy and have a bunch of time on their hands at the same time. That doesn't make sense. Like she says she wants a soft life, and I'm pretty sure he says something about working to provide that soft life for her. He's down to do it, but he got to work in order to make this money. That doesn't make sense. Y'all got to stop. Busy men don't, be broke men be having a lot of time. Wealthy men are busy. I'm just saying. It's Venetia's turn. It's Venetia's turn to invite to introduce Liz to Jabari. These are all very mature adults, and it's a very pleasant dinner. Liz is, very eloquent and, warm in the way she presents herself. So he said something about he's aware. I've seen all the movies and I'm ready for the good cop, bad cop routine. It ain't no bad cop. That ain't even what it was. It was Vernisha and her friend Liz. Calm down. Liz asked him like how he felt about, being involved with a woman that's a boss. And he said, as long as she knows how to drop that boss behavior when she gets home at 5 o'clock, because that's when his, day is over. And Vernicia's like, my day don't be over at 5 o'clock. And so would you be able to compromise that? And, he reluctantly said, his life right now is him as a single person. So obviously he would have to compromise, but I feel like he wants his woman at home at 5 o'clock. I don't know what that means when you say drop the boss behavior when you get home. Because I am who I am. And if I'm like a boss bitch, that's what it is. I don't see her like dimming her light. And then he said, anybody that knows me knows I'm in bed by 9:30. And I'm like, dang. So he's very much routine, stiff in his routine. He wants home by 5 o'clock, must be eating his supper, and in bed by 9:30. And that's not like she's a hairstylist, first of all. Sometimes she's gonna be in the salon at 9:30, depending on what it is, or according to her, she has events and things that she does. So that's not how that works. And I also feel like as much as Jabari appreciates the beauty, the voluptuous beauty that is Vernicia, I don't know that he would be comfortable with it, her expressing herself the way she does after she became his woman. I feel like he would be trying to regulate what she put on, and because that whole as long as she knows how to shut it off at 5 o'clock thing make me feel like it's going to turn into what you got on and you ain't leaving the house like that. It just gives me that kind of vibe. I don't know. That's just kind of how it came across to me. And also, like, her kids are getting to the point where they're grown and she's about to be an empty nester. The youngest one is 15. So I feel like she's stepping into this freedom where she can really like step away from worrying about whether or not dinner is cooked and all of that kind of stuff. Like, as a mom, when your kids are old enough to feed their damn self, it's a good feeling to not be worried about, having somebody worried, whether you're going to be cooking dinner and being home by 5 o'clock. So I said last week I was ready for Jabari to go for this very reason. And if he didn't do nothing, he just showed me that, yeah, that's pretty much where he's at with it. He needs somebody that's like a school teacher or something that's after school, she gonna be rushing home to get his dinner ready. I just, that's what it's giving. That's all I'm saying. Sharice and LJ go on a meet up, a lunch, or whatever they was doing, sitting outside somewhere with Keith. Keith is a homebody and Sharice likes to travel. I never thought Sharice and Keith were a fit anyway, but she needed to let this boy go. I think it would have been interesting to see what LJ would have thought of Maurice, though. It might have been a lot more entertaining. Keith aesthetically is a very good looking man, but he's very boring and simple. Not Sharice. That's not, she's not about that life. LJ asked him, like, what would he see as an ideal date? And he said he want to go on a walk and eat some ice cream. And I'm like, girl, boy, what? Stop. Ain't nobody doing that. That's not a date. That's not an ideal date. That's a regular day. He also said that Sharice likes to travel. And Keith said he's been taking care of his boys for the last 25 years and that he just recently took his first solo trip and it was to Dallas. And Dallas is just a couple hours down the road from Louisiana. So I don't know that that's really like traveling. But that's definitely not traveling. That's a road trip, Keith. Again, Keith seems very nice. He seems like not at all a match for Sharice. She is already way, way. First of all, I don't see him sweeping her off her feet, not in the way that she wants to, because all the stuff that she likes about Maurice over here, the Louis Vuitton shoes and all of that stuff, that's the stuff I feel like she's expecting from her, Mr. Sweep you off your feet. And I don't see Keith doing that. He hasn't even like treated himself yet to a life. He didn't even say, I aspire to travel now that my, kids are grown. I want to do this and I want to do that. He didn't say that. He said he want to go on a walk and eat some ice cream. So girl, leave him where he at. That's a no. So boy, leave it to Ashley to give us the entertainment now. This is the Ashley show, for real, for real. So Ashley, Stormy, and Kirsten go on this little date. Now they go to this little barbecue spot. Ashley says Stormy was overdressed. Stormy was overdressed for this, particular outing. Again, they didn't fell out, and so this girl is over here on Instagram or Facebook or something defending herself and what had took place. Ashley said Stormy showed up overdressed with her boobs out, booty out, and new body out. I'm going to disagree with that. Stormy had on a nice blue dress. It did look like a dress that you would wear to dinner and not something that you would wear like to the little barbecue spot. But, she said they didn't tell her that. I personally feel like if I had my people coming, they're going to be dressed to the nines. They're coming on TV and, they're going to be fly. And I'm not going to begrudge them of that. I'm sorry. She just wasn't spilling out of her dress the way Ashley described it. So I feel like Ashley was already in her feelings because she ain't like the way the girl came. Did nobody tell you to wear some jeans? You could have threw on something, that made you feel sexy. But for whatever reason, Hell, you could have changed clothes when you seen that girl in the blue dress, which was not inappropriate, just overdressed for where they was, at. Um, Ashley said she felt like Stormy should have scaled back a little bit. Why you gotta scale back, girl? I'm about to be on television. Okay. So, and I'm Stormy the worldwide DJ because that's what she does. She's a, international DJ. So she got to show up, as Stormy. Ashley, that got nothing to do with you. Oh, don't be a hater, girl. That's what I'm saying. Like the insecurity is just, busting out all over the scene. She introduces Stormy to Kirsten as her sister. Kirsten, of course, is very confused. Like, what's going on? Like, we bring in guests and things, and he was a little bit thrown off. They sit down, they have their pleasantries. They get us. Kristen gives Ashley a hug, and they sit down and start talking. Stormy asked this man if he had a brother. He said, "I got four brothers," and she said, he said, "And are you like on the market?" And she's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Okay, I hook you up with my brother. Like he's 6'5" and he, good looking like me." Ashley's over there. You can see it in her face. She's uncomfortable. Stormy said, asked Kirsten how old he is. He said 38. And she was like, "Oh, you look nice. You look young for 38. Ashley is very bothered. I mean, I guess Ashley wanted Stormy to be like this lady Camille over here with a list. You can get to the questions without having a list. I thought, it was just Stormy came to hang out, Ashley. She didn't really come to interrogate this man like that. I don't know that y'all had any discussion about that beforehand. I mean, and then according to this girl, there was a lot of questions and stuff happening, but of course, production wants to only show us the questions that seem like flirtation, especially since Ashley was so bent out of shape about the whole thing. She talking about she done told him, she just said she's single 11 times. Like, okay. All right. She was very bothered by that. She said the date was just a shitstorm. And I'm like, was it? Because I didn't see that. I saw, when she came in and he said, "Well, it's a surprise, but it's a beautiful surprise." I didn't see nothing wrong with that. He gave the lady a compliment. It just really didn't feel like that flirty to me. I'm sorry. And at some point, Ashley just gets up in the middle of the date. They said production called her away. I hate that production is doing so much producing to create a narrative that doesn't make sense. Ashley went over there complaining to production about how she felt like a third wheel on her date and she didn't like it. She is like, this girl's over here talking like she's trying to set up herself. And I'm like, this is your friend. You put her on the list of people to check with, and she must have been the only one to show up. I feel like if I had a friend, and again, I can't even say how I don't feel like this lady was being overtly flirtatious, nor was he being disrespectful, as far as I can see. But if I felt like that, then I'm just gonna fall back and like see how he would handle the situation. You know what I'm saying? So if you got somebody who you felt like clearly intimidated by, because that's the problem. You're intimidated by this lady. Ashley normally comes with all this bubbly energy and entertaining energy, and her and Kirsten, whatever his name is, have done nothing but laugh the whole time they've been going on dates with each other that we've seen. That's what he said. She's a good time. And I believe him. She, probably is a good time because Ashley definitely has some fun energy. Why didn't you focus on that, just being your fun self and not worry about what this lady got on? Because if he's into you, that dress ain't really finna distract him that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, he acknowledged that the lady looked beautiful. She did. She looked nice. So, okay. After that, you made it weird. So much so that you needed to get up because you were like, "Oh my God, she's supposed to be asking questions about me. It's supposed to be about me. And she's talking about herself. And I'm so tired of it." And, it was real whack. It was real, whack ass energy. But I don't feel like Kirsten is worth the drama anyway. You might think he's attractive. I think he's all right. I hate his style. Like that stupid outfit he had on looked like, I don't know, cross colors or some bullshit that we used to wear back in the 90s, but that's neither here nor there. Um, like I said, I didn't see him being disrespectful, nor did I see the other lady being disrespectful. It was, unfortunate that Ashley even wanted to put it out there, that girl was on one like that, and that's probably why she felt like she needed to speak up for herself because, now she's gone and Ashley has this platform to create whatever narrative it is that was going on in her head. If there was more that we didn't see, then I guess it is what it is. But I ain't seen nothing really crazy besides Ashley being emotionally unstable like she normally is. I've seen a couple of Ashley interviews. She did an interview with Crystal XO. I think that was last weekend. I can't remember. But I know she was doing a lot of standing in her shit, but then, so then why are you here? I guess, girl. Now they have to go on dates. Now that their friends have met their keepers, now they need to go on other dates with new people. I don't know who's picking these dates for Zadia. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about 31-year-old Dylan who showed up with these braids in his hair. He's a fourth grade teacher, but it's his first year as a fourth grade teacher, and he's dyslexic. So he gonna see how that works out. I guess like parents be concerned. The teacher's not sure whether he's gonna be able to teach a class. He's doing a lot of stumbling. I don't know. He was very much enamored by Zadia, I guess, but she don't need that. She needs a grown ass man that's gonna be able to, communicate with her on her level. Not this fool sitting up here, cute as he is, talking about he can't remember the name of an art gallery. Child, and he's the teacher. Zadia says she's comparing everybody to Cameron, but I mean she likes Cameron, so that's not surprising. Charisse goes on a date with this gentleman, Mizell. He's a 55-year-old high school dean. They go on a dance date. And I haven't seen Cherie smile this much since the show done started. She really enjoyed her date with Mizell. They got to touch each other and get in each other's space. But like I said, she was doing a lot of cheese. And it was weird because she showed up in some workout clothes. I don't know where she thought she was going. And he had on his, dress shoes. But, they worked it out. She was dancing around in her hot pink legging two-piece situation and high heel shoes. They looked really good together. And like I said, whether they move on or not, I don't know. She done dumped Maurice, and her and Mizell is over here bonding over the fact that they like dogs. And like I said, this is the best energy she's had since the whole Ready to Love series. Because she's always a bitch. So yeah, Mizell makes her smile. So much so she went in for a second dance. And Charisse don't like people touching her and things. So yeah, she liked him. They sent Vernisha on a date with a man named Tabari. Now, why would they do that? She got Jabari over here and then they go find somebody named Tabari. Anyway, Tabari's all right looking, I guess, light-skinned, freckle-faced guy. He's 47. He's real estate, restaurant manager, and a radio station owner. I don't know about all his jobs and how they don't go together, but hey, she's here to have fun, so enjoy yourself, girl. They went on this date where they're creating sense, and it seems like they had definitely good energy. He seemed like fun, you know what I'm saying? And she seemed like she enjoyed him. He asked her, what does she do for fun? She didn't have no answer. She said everything. Child, you don't do everything for fun. Tabari threw her off a little bit. So what do you be doing, Verdisha? She probably be working all the time. She probably doesn't do a lot of fun stuff. She probably works a lot and take care of them children. Girl, this is the fun. This is the fun. She's having it now. Ashley. They sent Ashley this boy Christopher. This don't even make sense. She don't like him. I can already tell he ain't the type she attracted to, and I don't blame her on this note because this boy showed up Not like he was dressed for a date. He showed up like giving zero effort. And I think Ashley honestly is still mad at the girl for wearing that blue dress. So she on this date because she has to be. But Ashley seemed very much in her feelings still from the last date. This guy, Christopher, said he broke up with his girlfriend of 3 years, 3 months ago. So Ashley's like, child, you ain't ready to move on. I don't I don't know. You got to start somewhere, don't you? 3 months, like, he's just going on a date. He's just out having fun. And I feel like Ashley can have fun with anyone. I think she's just nice by nature and she's going to be nice to people. So she's not going to make this, but she's not going to be an asshole and make this man feel no type of way, even though I know he's not her type. And he wasn't giving enough effort, if you ask me. They went on a painting date. That was cute, but I would just prefer he would have done better than showed up with them t-shirt on. That's medium t-shirt, and all I'm looking at is his belly. And he ain't even fat. He just didn't look like he put in enough effort. I was, it's whatever. Like I said, she didn't care. She's still mad anyway. Um, they back at the house. They're meeting up with the friends. Camille is there. EJ is there. I mean, EJ, LJ. LJ. Camille is there. LJ's there. Liz is there. Stormy not there. Stormy had to go because, she got work to do, I suppose. Camille, she said for her it's a no for Cameron. She just said she don't think they're on the same page or right for each other. He doesn't, like I said, have the time that's going to be required to keep this girl Zadia content. Zadia say, I hear what you're saying, but Camille says she's going to do what she want to do anyway, as you should. I mean, I as far as I can see, I think they're obviously going to have to figure out like the whole situation where who's going to live where. I don't think they even considering moving, either one of them. And so they'll probably be cool because they definitely like each other, but I don't know that they're going, ride off into the sunset together. Liz said it's a no for Jabari. She said she feels like that Jabari will try to stifle Renisha, and I agree. Like I said, I feel like he, would be trying to tell her when to be home, what to wear, and call them too much nails. Like he everything that he admires about her. I feel like he's the type of guy that would be trying to shrink that, and what you're not gonna do is put Verdisha in the corner, honey, because she's boss, and you're gonna have to appreciate that. I think, see, Tabari probably be the kind of guy that like that. I think Tabari is the kind of guy that will want to take her out and show her off. And Jabari is the type of guy I think that wants to bring her home and, hide her away from the world. And, dim her light. And that's exactly like what Liz, I think, was saying. Like, I think she sees that she feels like Jabari would try to dim her light. LJ thinks that Keith is a nice guy, but probably not the right guy for Sharice. We know why. He's nice, but it's no. Like I said, he didn't even mention that he had any desire to do anything besides take a walk and eat some ice cream. So she said that's a list on her no list. So no, Keith, go. Go. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. Ashley, Stormy's not there, but Ashley's still in her feelings about Stormy. She pretty much put it out there that Stormy came and snatched her date and, made her feel like a third wheel. And we didn't get to hear everything she had to say about Stormy, so we're going to have to wait until next week to hear that. But I need Ashley to get out of her feelings, and I ain't like that. Like, as nice as I think Ashley is, I didn't really like that, she put it out there that, that this girl was over here trying to steal this man. I just definitely don't think that was the thing. I think she was over here on TV trying to get her shine right quick while she, remember me type shit. So anyway, next week there's a party for Zadia and it's her birthday. I do hope that the show switches it up a little bit because it's starting to get repetitive and boring. This whole setting them up with these dates that don't make sense. So yeah, I would like to see them, do something a little different in this on the second half of the show. I'm still into it. Like I said, it feels like the Ashley show. Um, I mean, and not for nothing. I'm actually enjoying the process that's happening with Bernicia and Zadia. So yeah, that's it for this week. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.